Sporting Lisbon have just done the unbelievable, the impossible. Today was literally the day where there was meant to be the remontada. And this is what it started off literally. Today, Sporting Lisbon have beaten Bodo Glimt 5-0 and they won 5-3 on aggregate. Bodo Glimt were literally on a generational run. And look, it was fun where it lasted though, man. It just wasn't meant to be. But yeah, fair play to Sporting Lisbon for actually putting it off though. But I want to have a conversation about this. Look at that. Like that. Apparently it was a penalty for Sporting Lisbon for their third goal to level it up on aggregate. And I'm not sure if I watched it back though. I didn't even see the penalty incident. Though apparently it must have hit his chest. Or it must have hit his arm or something though. Because I'm not so sure how it was played. Maybe Bodo Glimt have been robbed in that game. Arsenal have won 2-0 against Bayer Leverkusen and have won 3-1 on aggregate. Goals from Eberechi Eze and Declan Rice. And Arsenal are through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They are the first Premier League team to go through in the quarter-finals though, because kind of like last week where we seen all 6 Premier League teams didn't win in the first leg though. Well, there's already one Premier League team that's through to the last 8, and that is the Arsenal. Chelsea is already knocked out, which I've already posted that video earlier today, so make sure you guys go check it out on Chelsea versus PSG. And I'll get on to Manchester City later on in a second though. And Arsenal are still in all 4 cup competitions. They are still competing on all 4 fronts. They're top of the Premier League though by 9 points. They're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, like I just mentioned. They're in the Carabao Cup final, which is this weekend, and they're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Is the possibility of a quadruple will happen for Arsenal? Can Arsenal win a quadruple though? I mean, I definitely think they got a chance of at least winning 2 of those trophies, like in my opinion. I think they could win the Premier League and the Carabao Cup though. I'm not so sure about the Champions League though, because look, anything could happen though in this Champions League. They might not even go far though. And the tie has been officially set in the quarterfinals. It's going to be Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And the final game of today, which that took place and which we all knew it was going to happen today. Real Madrid beat Manchester City once again. Real Madrid have won 2-1 and they have won 5-1 on aggregate against Manchester City. Real Madrid have knocked out Manchester City in the Champions League for the 3rd year in a row. I mean, literally, they always dunk on Manchester City every single year. That's why they want to give this fixture every single year in the UEFA Champions League. As the game went on in the first half though, I think after there was a penalty check and Bernardo Silva getting sent off, which led Manchester City to being down to 10 men, Vinicius Jr. ended up scoring a penalty, and literally this was his reaction though when he saw this banner saying "Stop crying your heart out." You know, Rodri having the Ballon d'Or. By the way, Rodri is the worst Ballon d'Or winner of all time. Let's just face it that way. Vinicius Jr. just does this. Like he don't care at all. That's now back-to-back matches against Manchester City at the Etihad. Oh my god, he really cooked tonight. As I was watching the game, I felt like, you know, in the second half there could still be more something of Manchester City, you know, in the second half. Though after they equalised, though there still could be something else that could happen in the second half. I mean, if you look at their stats, they had like 8 shots on target, 22 shots, but Real Madrid having a higher XG than them. I mean, they barely even like created anything, I'll be honest, for Real Madrid though. All they did was like try to pass it to Vinny, and Vinny ended up scoring those 2 good goals, and that won Real Madrid the game. That's insane. And as for Manchester City though, overall, they are so done. It has happened again. Out of the Champions League again. by the same flipping opponent in Real Madrid. Literally, this has been a dark week for Manchester City though. Literally. This season overall though was probably, as soon as we got to the second half of the season, it was all about, Man City and Arsenal, going head to head, competing on all fronts. Though, who's gonna be, challenging for the quadruple towards the end though? It's Arsenal versus Manchester City, this season though. Well, as it stands right now, Manchester City though, literally, they're already out of one competition, which is the Champions League. They're currently 9 points behind Arsenal though. Bear in mind, they got the Carabao Cup final against each other this weekend though, and Man City still have an FA Cup though. Could their season be over in the space of a week? Imagine if they get knocked out the Carabao Cup. I mean, if they lose the Carabao Cup final, Manchester City though, if they lose that game and get knocked out of the FA Cup, and I don't know. I mean, Man City still have a game in hand though. I forgot to mention about that. They still have a game in hand though. Even if they win that though, they'll be 6 points behind Arsenal. But could they be officially out of a tie race though? I mean, it was probably meant to be done literally after that weekend though. But imagine Manchester City go trophyless in the space of 2 months. Yeah, they are so finished, man. And for Arsenal, they are still competing on all fronts as well. They are trying to hunt down for a quadruple as well.